So it's mid-February right now, and the weather has no idea what it wants to do. It's just so nasty out. I mean, look at this. Hey guys, what's going on? Man, this has been such a long time coming to get to this point, to actually get my channel out on YouTube, and so I'm super pumped, and today we're going to jump into it with a Premiere tutorial, and that is called speed ramping. So speed ramping is basically a transition that you're going to use to jump from point A to point B very quickly. And it's very, very fast, very fluid, and it's just so much fun to throw into an edit, and it looks great. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into Premiere, and I'll show you how to do this. Okay, when you get into Premiere, the first thing you need to do is figure out what clips you're going to use for your speed ramps and where, and then you're going to need to figure out where they're going to start and stop. And so the idea is that it's an in-camera transition, and the speed ramp enhances it. And so whenever you go from one clip to another, it's best to make sure they're going in a similar direction. The closer the better for the speed ramp. And so let's just take this first set of clips for example, and I'll play those through. Okay, so you can see they're both going in the same direction as each other, and so what you need to do is right click on this little effects box, and you'll hit time remapping and speed, and you can do that for both of these clips. Let's just zoom in here so we can see a little bit closer. Let's drag this up so we can see it a little better. Okay. Alright, so you can see where the clips run into each other. Now the first thing you need to do is hit P on your keyboard, and it'll bring up this little pen tool, and then you want to figure out where you want to start your speed ramp. And so I think that's okay right there. So you're going to click on the line. Okay, and then the first thing you need to do before you hit anything else is hit V on the keyboard, and it'll bring up your arrow. And you're going to drag this side up, and I normally go about 2 to 250, somewhere in there. Okay, and so it's going to shorten this clip. And the next thing you can do is click on these little arrows here and drag this dude over. What that's going to do is gradually make your speed climb towards the end of the clip. And if you grab these little handlebars right here, it's just going to smooth that out. So let's see without the handlebars what happens. Play through that. Okay, so you can see it really speeds up right there. Alright, now I think I want to go a little bit more on the speed, so we can just click this and drag it up. I'm going to drag about 350 here and try that. Okay, good. So now let's click between the arrows, and it'll bring up these little handlebars. We just drag those over, and we see it around these edges out, and so it makes it ease into the transition. Okay, that's good. So let's drag this next clip that we're moving into right on over. Oop. If you don't know, if you screw anything up, hit Control Z and it'll take you back. It'll undo. Okay, so pen tool, hit P on the keyboard, click about where you want to start slowing it down. V, bring out your cursor, and we're going to match this side right here. So 350, boom, that's where it comes in. Drag this arrow out a little bit. Good. Click right between there to bring up the handlebars, and we're just going to round those edges over. Alright, good. Just like that. So let's play through that. Awesome. Okay, so it speed ramps right into it. Let's move that up there for a moment because we're going to slow these clips down. Now, just the same as when you speed up, you're going to drag down, and that's going to drop the speed of the clip. Now, if you're shooting in 60 frames per second like I was, it's going to be about 45% speed, and that's going to really slow it down nice and smooth. Okay, so let's drag all this back that we don't want. Hit C on the keyboard will bring up your cut tool, and you can move that over. Okay, and then let's drag this side down to match 45%. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Okay, so the climb is a little bit too long on this first clip, so I'm just going to drag in between, and I'm going to slide it over to the right, and that's going to move the whole speed ramp towards the end of the clip. Let's click back here. Awesome. Okay, so that really just climbs real smooth, goes right into the next clip, and then it smooths back out. You can cut that off. Alright, so let's go on to the next set of clips here, which is actually the last clip that we started with. And then it moves out from behind a rock. So let's see how we can do this. Let's drag this over just a little bit so we have some room to work. Remember, we're going to click the FX, right click on the FX button, time remapping and speed. We can do that for both of these clips. Okay, and let's start off, let's go ahead and drag this down to about 45%. And that's going to go ahead and get us there where we want to be. Okay. Now towards the end of the clip, the P brings out your pen tool. We'll go ahead and click right here on the line. V to bring out your cursor and drag this side up. And let's go about 350 again. I liked that last time. Right there is fine. Okay. And then we'll drag these little blocks over. Okay. Let's extend that clip a little bit so we can see more. Okay, we'll drag that. Okay, and remember, click between these little blocks and we'll bring up these handlebars. And we'll just kind of round that over so it's nice and smooth. Okay, and let's play what the end of that clip looks like. Okay. And then let's jump over to this other clip where we're coming out from behind the rock, and let's kind of figure out where it comes out behind. About right there, I think I want to slow that down. So P, bring out the pen, click on the line, hit V on the keyboard to bring out your cursor. And we're going to drag this side way up, 350. Right in there, okay? And then drag these little blocks over to the side. And then click between, bring out the handlebars, and round that on over. And let's slide that to our clip, see what happens. That is beautiful. Okay, I do want to adjust this a little bit like we did the last time. Bring this on over to the end of the clip. The idea is that you're ramping into the next clip. You're pushing it into the next clip. Alright, so that one's good. Let's move on to this last type of clip here. Those two are kind of the same. This one's a little bit different. We're in a stationary position, locked off on a tripod, and it's just me moving in the frame. And so we're going to go from this frame here to this frame. And so let's see how we can ramp this. Let's go ahead and move this one up above so we can get some room here. Right click on the FX box, time remapping, speed, and I think about right here I want to transition. So P to bring out your pen tool, click on the line, V to bring out the cursor, and we'll go ahead and drag this side up to 350, and we'll drag this side down to about 45. Okay. So we don't need all this excess here. We can go ahead and trim some of that. We'll bring that back. Let's go ahead and drag this over and smooth out those edges. Okay, perfect. Okay, now on this one, we'll go ahead and drag the whole. Let's go ahead and drag the whole thing down. It's easier to drag the whole thing down first, but I like to forget things sometimes. Okay, so on this clip, let's come in. About right there. See where we ended the last clip. Cut a little bit of that end off. Easy way to cut things is slice it with your cut tool and then Control X gets rid of it. And so I'm stepping on with my right leg in this clip. So let's find a spot where we're stepping with the same leg. Okay, pin tool. And then we'll drag this side down. Drag this side up to about 350. Drag our points apart from each other and then click on the middle. Go ahead and smooth out those edges like we talked about. Okay. Let's zoom out so we can see a little bit here. Let's drag this clip down. We can meet it. And again, we kind of lag a little bit. Okay, I want to move this down about right here. Cut some of this clip off because I don't like the way it looks. Alright, so let's make this particular one a little bit shorter. So we can drag the left box over a little bit, and then we'll drag this one over just a little bit too, towards each other. That way it's not such a long climb. Okay, good. Okay, so let's see what happens whenever you use a sound effect over a speed ramp. So what I got here is a ghostly breath sound effect. that you wouldn't think alone would make any sense whatsoever. But let's check this out. See how it sells the effect that it's slipping into the next clip. Let's try to get on this next one. Move that over here. Alright, so we'll add this one more time to this final clip. Just so you can see how it's enhanced by it. Another thing you do is if your clips are too fast, you could actually change the speed of them so they play out longer. So let's change this to 50%. Okay. So when you change the speed of your sound, it changes not only the sound, but how long it plays out. There's a million different things you could do with sound effects that you download online. Now, I use Epidemic Sound for all of my sound effects and songs. This is not a ad. I'm not sponsored by them by any means. But they are my favorite. This is what I've been using for the last several months, is Epidemic Sound. So go check them out. So there it is, 3 ways that you could use speed ramps in your videos to make them better. Guys, I hope this helped you guys out. I hope you learned something from this. If you already knew this, let me know in the comments below. If you learned this today watching this video, let me know, please. I want to converse with you guys. I want to get to know you guys. And guys, this channel is brand new, and I've been filmmaking for a year now, so I'm still pretty new to this. I've learned so much over the past year, and I just want to share it with you guys. This is my journey as a filmmaker, and like I said, I'm still learning. I want to learn from you guys. I hope you guys can learn from me. You know, I know there's thousands and thousands of people that are way better than me at this, and I know there's thousands and thousands of people that are on my level as a filmmaker and still pretty new to this. And so I feel like we can learn from each other, grow, and be a filmmaking family, a filmmaking community, and just help each other out. That's the whole idea here, is that we learn from each other. We learn from each other's wins, and we learn from each other's mistakes. And so that's where I'm at. So thank you guys. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Like this video, please. It's very encouraging to see likes. If you didn't like it, that's okay too. But until next time, guys, I hope you guys have a great week. I appreciate all of you that have stuck around till the end of this video. You guys take care, and we'll see you in the next one.